In this video we will be looking at wind energy when compared to the use of fossil fuels. If you share the opinion of 77% of Americans, building infrastructure for renewable energy sources is more crucial than finding and extracting fossil resources. You might not fully comprehend why we need to create alternative energy sources or which ones will be the most sustainable just because you are aware of the need for them. In this example, we'll examine the contrasts between renewable energy sources, particularly wind energy, and fossil fuels, the reasons why the majority of people envision a world powered by renewable energy, and what it actually means for the environment. Renewable energy is typically inexpensive to use, despite the fact that renewable resources are initially expensive to install. For the life of the panel or turbine, sources like solar and wind can produce electricity for nothing. Because fossil fuels must be located, mined, and transported to power plants before they can be used, their costs are continuous. In fact, after construction, many solar energy projects may provide electricity at a cost that is around half that of fossil fuels, and as solar energy becomes more widespread, this cost is expected to decrease. In order to truly understand the cost differential between renewable energy and fossil fuels, let's first compare the costs of renewable energy versus fossil fuels without government subsidies, as we shall detail below. The average cost of coal has been around 6 cents per kilowatt-hour. The cost of steam from fossil fuels has been around 5 cents/kilowatt-hour. And the cost of small-scale natural gas has fallen as low as 3 cents/kilowatt-hour. Up until the last 10 years, the cost of renewable energy was nowhere near as low. This is why it was unexpected when, in 2016, a sizable commercial solar farm delivered photovoltaic energy at a particularly low price of $0.029/kilowatt-hour. This made the cost differential between fossil fuels and renewable energy equal, eliminating the justification for the continued widespread usage of fossil fuels. The energy subsidies established by the government are one of the reasons why renewable energy is currently so reasonably priced in many parts of the world. To encourage consumers and businesses to utilize more environmentally friendly electricity sources in the fight against climate change, they provide these incentives. In order to encourage more businesses and energy consumers in general to migrate from fossil fuels to alternative energies, renewable energy subsidies are financial incentives that lower the cost of using these sources. Although the initial installation costs are somewhat substantial, since government subsidies take the form of tax rebates or direct payments, they are essentially covered by the government, making the decision to employ renewable energy sources more affordable in the long run. Without a doubt, renewable energy is better for the environment. When compared to fossil fuels, renewable energy sources are far cleaner, and in certain circumstances, such as with solar and wind power, they are completely clean energy sources. Fossil fuel combustion releases massive amounts of CO2, the primary contributor to global warming, into the atmosphere, harming people, animals, and the ecosystem frequently permanently. Additionally, fossil fuels are steadily running out, and it is predicted that they will disappear in roughly 200 years. On the other hand, renewable energy is derived from unrestricted, natural sources like the sun, wind, and water and may all be utilized in a way that is virtually entirely harmless to the environment. The first step toward a more contented, sustainable planet is the use of renewable energy. As was already mentioned, the main distinction between fossil fuels and renewable energy is how long each can persist. Renewable energy can be utilized repeatedly without running out because it is obtained from unending natural processes. Solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectricity, geothermal energy, and biomass energy are examples of renewable energies. Be aware that some biomass sources, especially wood, actually produce more carbon dioxide during combustion than coal. Although it cannot be referred to as clean, it is still considered to be a renewable energy source because trees can be planted to replace those that were lost. On the other hand, it takes millions of years for fossil fuels to organically replace themselves. Among the fossil fuels are coal, natural gas, and oil. Natural gas is occasionally referred to as a clean power source because it burns cleaner than coal, but as it still produces some CO2 during combustion, this isn't precisely accurate. Instead, it's clean when compared to something like coal. Wind and solar energy are gaining popularity and could soon replace traditional energy sources. There is no reason why renewable energy cannot replace fossil fuels as long as technology advances to increase the efficiency and dependability of this sort of energy. Prices will drop even lower as industry becomes more environmentally conscious and as major corporations start to invest more in renewable energy, making it more affordable for energy users worldwide. So which fossil fuel substitute is the most effective? Well, the finest fossil fuel substitutes are wind, solar and water. Wind power is a clean energy source that uses a wind turbine to transform the kinetic energy of the wind into mechanical energy. The cost of wind energy ranges from 7 cents to 15 cents per kilowatt-hour. Turbines come in a variety of sizes, but because they can reach heights of up to 328 feet, they do need a lot of room, such in open waters. Solar energy is another sustainable energy source that is produced using solar panels to turn sunlight into electricity. This can be utilized either commercially, with big solar farms, or domestically, with solar panels mounted on a home's roof. Although home solar panels would eliminate electric bills, you will just need to pay the initial costs of installation because solar panels are quite unobtrusive and the cost of solar energy is 12 cents/kilowatt-hour. When water passes through a turbine and drives a generator, electrical energy is produced. This process is known as hydroelectric power. The average cost of this alternative energy source is about 3 cents/kilowatt-hour, making it the least expensive. If you want to learn more about wind energy, check out the Wind Energy Fundamentals, Renewable Energy Power Course from the popular utility instructor, Mike L. You will also earn a certificate of completion after finishing the course so that you can show to your prospective employers that you are passionate about the utility industry. Wind Energy Fundamentals, Renewable Energy Power Course is a comprehensive video course where you can learn all about wind turbines and wind farm that are essential in working in the industry, from basic knowledge to how to design and manage wind farm projects. If you are currently or working towards being an energy engineer and wind turbines are something that you need to work with, you will find this course of great help to get the fundamental knowledge you need to kickstart your professional career. If you are looking to work in this industry, this course will provide you with the fundamental knowledge that you need as well as a blueprint on what professions are needed in this industry. If you are interested, please check out the course using the link in the video description below. All of the renewable energy sources, as well as others, can be used to completely cleanly power your home. To discover more about supplying your house or place of business with renewable energy from solar, wind, and hydro power sources, click the banner below. So how dependable are renewable and alternative energy sources? The manner in which renewable energy is produced, where it is located, and whether it can be stored all play a significant role in how reliable it is. For instance, it is impossible to predict when it will be windy, making wind power sporadic and potentially unreliable in this regard. The same is true of solar energy. However, lead batteries can be used to store energy produced by renewable sources, and storage technology is constantly being improved. Due to enhanced flexibility, using renewable energy as a grid component may help to improve the grid's dependability and security. There are numerous renewable energy options, and renewable energies are better able to adapt to fluctuations in energy consumption. Due to their greater adaptability for a range of settings, they also offer the chance to build a grid system that is more resilient. The reliability of renewable energy is extremely likely to improve in the years to come as technology and solutions continue to advance. According to a Pew Research Center survey, 77% of Americans concur that developing alternative, renewable energy sources domestically is significantly more vital than continuing to use up fossil fuel supplies. The market for renewable energy is already expanding quickly due to rising demand for it and steadily falling pricing. Thankfully, a lot of utility companies have taken notice of this shift and are attempting to improve their use of renewable energy sources, but they have not yet completely abandoned fossil fuels. Renewable energy will unquestionably take over the energy market in the future, even while fossil fuels may still be the primary source of energy in the US and much of the rest of the world. One of the world's fastest growing energy sources is wind energy because it has several benefits. Researchers are attempting to resolve technical and socio-economic issues in support of a future with decarbonized power in order to further enhance the potential of wind energy and the benefits it provides to communities. Wind energy produces well-paying jobs. In all 50 states, the U.S. wind sector employs more than 120,000 people, and that number is rising. The second fastest increasing occupation in the United States over the past 10 years, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, is wind turbine service technician. By 2050, there might be hundreds of thousands more jobs in the wind industry, which offers jobs ranging from asset manager to blade fabricator. A homegrown resource that supports U.S. economic expansion is wind electricity. In 2021, more than 9% of the net energy produced in the nation was produced by wind turbines operating in all 50 states. The U.S. economy gained $20 billion from investments in new wind projects that same year. A clean and renewable energy source is wind power. Wind turbines use the mechanical energy of the wind to turn a generator and produce electricity. In addition to being a plentiful and limitless resource, wind also generates power without consuming any fuel or polluting the environment. The main renewable energy source in the United States is still wind, which aids in lowering our dependency on fossil fuels. Annually, wind energy helps save 329 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions, which is the same amount of emissions produced by 71 million cars and contributes to acid rain, pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. Local communities gain from wind energy. Each year, land leasing payments and state and local tax payments from wind farms are anticipated to total $1.9 billion. Communities that invest in wind energy can utilize the extra money to fund local infrastructure projects, lower homeowner taxes, and fund school budgets. Wind energy is economical. One of the most affordable energy sources currently accessible is generated by utility-scale, land-based wind turbines. Additionally, as wind energy research and technology evolve, its cost competitiveness continues to rise. Wind turbines can be deployed in different geographical conditions. In functioning landscapes with many uses including agriculture, wind energy generation works effectively. In rural or isolated places, such as farms and ranches or coastal and island villages, where high-quality wind resources are frequently found, wind energy is simple to integrate. Other cheap energy sources must compete with wind energy. Wind and solar power projects are currently more economically competitive than gas, geothermal, coal, or nuclear power plants when evaluating the cost of energy connected with new power plants. However, in some places that are not sufficiently windy, wind projects might not be cost competitive. Costs can be reduced even more with the use of cutting-edge technology, better manufacturing practices, and a deeper comprehension of the physics of wind farms. Ideal wind settings are frequently found in isolated areas. To meet demand, it is necessary to deliver electricity from wind farms to metropolitan areas, but installation difficulties must be overcome. The cost of increasing land-based wind energy might be greatly reduced by upgrading the nation's transmission network to connect regions with plentiful wind resources to major population centers. Additionally, grid hookup and transmission capacities for offshore wind energy are developing. Turbines make noise and change the appearance of a space. Although the environmental effects of wind farms are distinct from those of conventional power plants, there are still worries about the noise generated by the turbine blades and the visual effects on the environment. Local fauna may be impacted by wind farms. Although wind energy projects have less of an impact on wildlife than other energy initiatives, study is still required to reduce wind-animal interactions. If you like this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our Twitter account under the name of eBootcamp, where you would find the latest news in the world of electrical engineering. Thank you, and I hope to see you in our other videos. Bye for now.